Yesterday we went to Home Hardware and picked up this Benchmark laminate cutter because we have vinyl floors that we're putting in. As some of you may know, we're doing renos. Now, the renos are being done by myself and my mom. My mom's 80 years old. We did hire someone to do the painting of the walls, most of the walls. We've already done quite a bit. So let's get to this cutter. So what it comes with is a couple Allen wrenches with a couple of screws in there. We've got the handle here as well. Then this is our cutting mechanism. Let me just lay this down there so you can get a better look at it. So there's the cutting mechanism. I'm just going to move the box out of the way. And Nugget is checking it out. He has to check everything out. Okay, so there's our cutting mechanism. And then we have what I call the table. So that's the bottom side of it. You flip it over, and that's the top side of it. And then you've got your gauge here for squaring up. And now we're gonna, now it did say, gotta get the glasses on. And that's everything that came out of the box. Now, it did say hardware kit A and hardwood kit B, and I do not see two kits. What I did notice is there are screws, right, there it is, screws already in the bottom here that need to be taken out. So I do not see a kit A and B unless I'm missing something. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. So first thing we need to do is attach the rail to power assembly. Using two screws, the Phillips. I'm too lazy to go downstairs to get my screwdriver, so my mom has a small little power one that I'm going to use to do it. So we're going to get this attached to this. So here's our two holes right here where we're going to attach that to. So I'm going to screw that, get them screwed in there. This is the front of it, because you can see right here is where your handle's gonna go. So this is how you know this is the front. You've got your gauges over here. We'll figure out what those are all for. And I'm just gonna take the screws out. They're loose, so you can just take them out by hand. Probably would be easier if I was doing this on a workbench instead of the floor, but you work with what you got. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's out. Let's get her together. Just to show you what I'm doing, I've just got this laid on the floor right now. My two holes are there. And then you just take this and set it on top, and it's gonna go on the other side of this metal here. And then this here it hits that, and that stops it as well. So I am just gonna flip it over and get those screws put in. So there you can see that I have it lined up, and now I'm just gonna screw all those into place. So I have the first one in, and I will get my screwdriver and do this. Make sure they are tight in case this one's not. I think we're tight. Okay, so there we go. That is on, and let's go on to the next step. So one of the first instructions it said was to attach the tail, which is this part here, but mine came already assembled with that attached to it, so didn't have to do that. So then we attach the table. Now we need to attach the handle. So right here, I'm here, 5-1, with hex head screws. So there's already screws in here. They're already in there. So I think this is what they were talking about, the other kit. And that's where you're gonna use your Allen wrenches. All right, let's get to it. I forgot to mention, I got this on sale. Everywhere else was around $199, somewhere up to $230. And with this on sale, I got it for $129. Okay, so you can see here, the handle has little holes here. There's 3 of them. These ones don't go very far. This one's a bit farther. So I'm just gonna slide it in and get it as lined up where I think it is lined up, because there's nothing that really clicks it into place. You just slide her in and tighten it up. So what I'm finding, I expected the screw head to go all the way in, and it doesn't. It's gonna be sticking up. Oops. Bang in the camera. Get that one tightened up good. Okay, I guess that's tight enough. Okay, let's just check this one again. And that's good and tight. So what I'm gonna do is to make sure this is square, I'm gonna go get my speed square and check it, get it lined up. But for now, this is just a practice run. Let's see how it's gonna cut. So on the tabletop, the black table there are holes in the end of it. And so we had 4 screws. Would help if I read all the instructions right from the beginning. And so those are just gonna get screwed in there, all 4 spots to hold the table in place securely. So I'm just gonna do that. Okay, first one's in. I'm just gonna get all 3 others put in and then we'll see if there's another step. So the instructions were a bit confusing, surprise, surprise, but it's because it's telling you to do all these different things. So like right here, you can see it's telling you to put these screws in, putting these screws in. Well, it already comes assembled. So that part you don't need to do. So what I needed to do was attach this to the power system, whatever they call it. I needed to attach these here, and what they do say is to undo them and then put them back in. They were just already partly out, and this is fairly solid. And then the last thing I needed to do was screw these 4 screws in along here. So everything is assembled. I'm just gonna check out, there's different, I think these are just the mechanisms for holding it down. I'm not sure what that is for yet. I'm gonna check that and see what it tells me. So here's your safety guide. This is to get your blade to work. So just loosen it with a little pressure on your handle, slide it to the side, and it will open up. Close it, slide it back, and when you're working on it, you don't need to lock it into place for quick access. But when you're done with it, then you can just tighten it up, and then it's good to go into storage. So here on each side of your machine is your adjustment. This is how you can adjust your blade. And so you unscrew, I can get out of there. You unscrew and remove the adjustment plate screws. So each one of them has 2. Tighten both adjustment plates by 1 or 2 holes. Note, the pitch of each lifting screw is 0.125 millimeters. The adjustment on both plates must be the same. Quite frankly, I'm hoping I don't have to do this. All right, let's cut our first piece. So just loosen it, slide it over, unlock it. And this is just a scrap piece I have. I'm gonna step on it. And, oh wow. What did we get? Oh, there's my edge. I mean, it looks a little ragged, but it really isn't. I mean, this is because I've got the cork on the bottom of it. I'm very happy with that. All right, let's put this thing to the test. I highly recommend this tool. This cutter works so good. You hardly have any mess. You can move it room for room. First time I used a miter saw on our floor downstairs, it made a huge mess. I had to go outside to cut every single piece. And this, like I said, you just move it room to room, and it worked fabulous. So if you're going to put laminate floors in, I recommend this tool. So thanks again for visiting my mini homestead, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.